match in way of their compositions. Haven, it could be the last hurrah for FaZe, an organization with so many hopes in this tournament to make it into the close, could get knocked out right here, right now, by the new boys on the block. DZ, this old squad, when they were DHBK, when they were the Kooky Koalas, they were no strangers to an upset, to getting things done. We might just be seeing it here again, as the first start of this half looks to go in towards A, as DZ on a fast pace.
All five stacked up here, so no lurk play this time around, although maybe expected by Kohler. You can see two players still hanging out on the opposite side of the map for FaZe. So they're not trying to do too much. They've got three on the site holding it down. No call out that anybody's pushed up, but the ult orb has been seized. That one swings the way of Ainge, and they're looking to get a whole lot more value out of the run it backs here on Haven. As they back away, maybe they go for a nice little split. Kohler pushed up out towards sewers. Time, and we'll see if this actually binds out of rotation. Oh, that's a nice cam.
I like how stoic FaZe is. Yeah, because look at this setup. They have a trip towards B, trip towards long, and they have the cam and garage. There should be no reason for them to rotate here because they have no information. They'll hunker down with three here, but here's the execute from DZ.
Yeah, huge paranoia, but unfortunately wears off just a bit too early as we go 2 for 2 on the site. Rock is still holding it down, closed off the low HP. Screwface now finds another in Ainge, will eventually fall in a 2v2 situation is where we find ourselves. And that spike goes down, a dark clever to work with, and only one player to worry about as Baby Bay will fall. Corey now needs to come up huge, just as he did on map number 1. Anderson to swing, and it's another 3K for the Omen, and Anderson just doesn't miss, Mimi.
It really doesn't. I love the way DZ played that round. They put that early pressure. They spot out at least two members of FaZe. They just stop. They don't give any info over. They have Kohler strips to know that a flank can't be coming, that an information play is unlikely out of this FaZe squad. And I think that's interesting because this FaZe roster feels a lot more passive compared to maybe what they once were. Oftentimes on their Havens, in that previous run, it felt like they were very apt to get aggressive for information, but in that round they really had no info. They kept 3 towards A, it was the right stack, but they just lost out on the trade game. So, I wouldn't hate to see them fighting for this map control a little bit more, and well, now we see it. Baby Bay up mid, and a free kill onto Kohler. That's a gun, and look at all the information. They know this has to be A, so DZ, they have the superior arms, but they have to hold against a superior force.
The shorty being as short as it is looks so silly here in the hands of Raucus, but it doesn't feel silly when you grab a couple of those pellets on you in one shot. Can take you down, Zange. Understand that there might be a flank coming on through. Nice curveball, only able to find one, but 1 for 1. Still a decent trade. It's FaZe, still a player ahead though. To back into that early kill onto Kohler, and it's Baby Bay. I guess both now with weapons in hand, so 2 Spectres on the side of FaZe, but they're running out of time. That shorty maybe finally looking to come out of the corner. I think at this point, you just got to try and keep DZ corralled. Make sure that bonus absolutely hurts as Anderson finds 2, stealing the kills away from his squad. Leaves it all up to Baby J in a 1v1, looking to do all the damage in the world. But Screwface will back away, will hang on to his weapon as DZ find another round.
That's a great round out of FaZe, though. The fact that they kill 4, they're going to push DZ into the situation where they either decide, do we force into this one and kind of have a rough third round bye, or do we commit to this bonus? And the decision seems to be play for that bonus round, but what a great start here. Just kind of look back at the replays. Baby Bay creating that space, and this is exactly what I was complaining about. No information in that pistol round. They had all the information in this one. Knew that everyone from DZ had to be on the A site, so the crunch came in quickly. Now the buy up here looking very good. They just have to shut down against these pistols. The one bonus gun of Screw.
It's another A hit where they're not flirting with the idea of even really having a full lurk out towards mid or B. There's a cam still holding it down to make sure that the rotate's not coming just yet. It is going to be all through a defender's spawn area. And with the footsteps in the ground covered, Zachary is going to get hurt here. Handle shots go just a bit wide. It allows Kohler to back away and look to link up with the rest of the squad here. And no, okay, so it's actually 2 still split out towards A long. The play looking to be B. Obviously, you want to take these close angles. It's going to be Corey the first to answer, though. We saw Screwface. The bouncer impression. Can Corey do it here? Looks away from the flash, but still falls no matter. Over towards the A site. They're trying to find something in DZ. Unfortunately, it's Raucus to shut it down. Another double kill or the Sova, as FaZe 2 players ahead this time around in a whole lot better situation to try and close things out. Harmon reloads, goes out towards mid, met by Baby J, and it's all up to Screwface, who since upgraded from the Spectre to the Vandal, but just doesn't have the space or the shots on target. Baby J gonna match Roxas 2K for FaZe to find their first.
I think both teams gonna feel all right after that round. DZ, they put a little pressure towards A, sell that just a bit, which causes a rotation so that B site practically open for business. It could have gotten dangerous with the gun recovered onto Screwface, but again, FaZe, their control, their kind of passiveness when they need to have it was perfect, and that they didn't over-aggress. They didn't throw away these 1v1s, and that won them the round quite cleanly. Now we get to see rifle v rifle for both these squads, and Rockets, this is an interesting lineup. I know there's one here where you can kind of wallbang in towards sewers, but I think this is more just for early information because he has one player in the way of Corey set up for the fight towards long, likely looking to grab this orb. I like the little setup for the A control, and you see the dart will at least push one back. Hover Ainge on the run it back will force them away from C.
Curveball gonna find a blind onto one. It forces Baby Bay back. But Baby J will send Ainge back. So again, we get stumbled over the words there, thanks to the player's name. Shock darts gonna push Baby Bay away from that back of side. Screwface comes out on top. Ainge gonna hop on the board as well. Zachary only able to find one before being traded. As a run it back gonna be traded out. It's Corey looking to get something done, but just can't do it. The Phoenix is struggling with these run it backs to get something going. Hunter Shuri gonna delay the plan for now, but with a minute left on the clock, they can go right back to it. A reload at quite possibly could have been one of the worst times to do it, as Anderson finds another kill, leaving it all up to Ruckus, who used that Hunter's Fury moments ago. Now needs to find 4 kills here with the Vandal. Usually good for 2. We'll see if that still remains true.
Oh, this late lurk from Screwface. I'm not sure if he's made noise yet. Rocket suspicious. Should be able to shut this down, but Screw has the crosshair placement, is able to close that one out quite cleanly. DZ 4 alive in that round, and I kind of like the delay off of the run it back because Ainge does it initially, and then they push the gas for just a moment. They let FaZe reconsider where could they be going, and then just after that second, the aggression comes out, and this is interesting. Very early tack from FaZe. I don't necessarily hate it because it feels like DZ is just bowling them over. That first rifle round, you don't want it to be that dominant. You don't want 4 bodies left alive. It should at least be a bit harder fought fight, so maybe reconsidering how they want to play around this C site.
The timeout taken by FaZe is it probably feels pretty good for DarkZero, saying, hey, we've got these guys, you know, kind of second guessing, you know, on the back foot. They're trying to slow us down, and we'll see if that is going to be the case. I'm really hoping that we get to see Kohler kind of spread his wings a little bit more. Haven is such a big map, and I really do appreciate playing with the team and how well DarkZero have been playing it as 5. But I mean, when you get to take a peek at Kohler and you see it from his POV, it's an absolute masterpiece a lot of the time. So I'm hoping we get a bit more of that. But hey, whatever works. You know what? I just want to see the content play, I guess. I want to see the content play, Mimi. And these guys are actually playing for the real thing. So maybe I should just be quiet and let them do their job.
Yeah, well, regardless, taking stock of the buy in this round, it looks like they are electing to invest Baby J onto that sheriff. The rest of his team does have weaponry here, and for DZ, what are they working with? They love just kind of these 4-1 splits. They put heavy pressure in towards one site, will commit the execution there, and they just leave Kohler out to do Kohler things. He's actually pulled away deep into attacker-sided spawn, so his job is to deal with any possible flank, and there is one coming out of A, so Kohler's job, very crucial here, as the site secured and the plant down for DZ.
It's actually 2 players. Kohler might just run into...
Timing.
Sneaks away, the shots go wide, and this is the Kohler lurk. It's a bit more of a defensive one, though. Not pushing out to try and find a flank, but looking to answer one for himself. Harmon is here to play the crossfire. Screwface finds the first frag onto Rocket, so information gathering kind of taken off the board as the trades are there. The dynamic duo. That's the buddy system working out perfectly as the Hunter's Fury comes through, but it's not even needed. Anderson says, put that bow away, Harmon. I'll take care of things.
Dude, the adaptation there was really nice. The fact that Kohler's like, they're on the flank. He sees his trip is broken, and instantly there's someone there to support. The crossfire, the double swing to shut things down was perfect, because that was really FaZe's only way into that. They had 2 players working their way from spawn side, and so it was basically these isolated 2v4s, but DZ does a great job of, well, out-isolating them and shutting those pushes down. It's the pistols out now for FaZe, and this momentum, it's starting to get me a little bit worried for this squad, because thus far, especially on these C-takes, there hasn't been a solution to slow down the quick pace that DarkZero is showing, as here they go again, the Owl drone to initiate, but Zachary has the paranoia ready.
Cues it up, maybe a little low there, tosses that one out as the sheriff shots go wide. Screwface still hanging out on top of the box, will fall to Baby J. Baby J finds another, almost making it a third there. It's Anderson, oh my goodness. If you blinked, you missed it. The sheriffs came online as FaZe look to battle back for their second. It's another one of those rounds, Mimi, where you just say, this is it? This is how you get back in the win column with sheriffs?
It was a story for DZ last game. The eco rounds, pulling them back to advantage, and well, now it's about to happen to them. Kohler not getting revealed on this start, so can walk up towards long here. The positioning is good from FaZe. 2 tucked in behind that double stack box. It's Baby Bay and Corey to work together. Timing good. Kohler has a first. Hat thrown. Flash not good enough. He readjusts. Has it. These duels are being given away for free. 30 seconds left. Now Kohler, what will he get done? The read is there from the last man of FaZe, and he thinks that it's going to be an A hit. He's completely wrong. Kohler will have this site free, and he's the healthier one in this equation. No way FaZe let this slip away. Yeah, it was an eco, but it's a 1 versus 3.
And the mind games, though, right? Okay, Kohler is just going to look to stick the plant here. And I mean, you say Kohler is a healthier one, but by how much, right? 46 health, so 1 body shot traded out will go the way of Kohler. But if Rockets finds the head, it really is only going to take 1 round. And there's 2 shock darts and a recon bolt to work with. And that cam, kind of in an awkward spot. It doesn't get a whole lot of forward information. It really is just there to watch the spike, which Kohler is standing right on top of. Now here comes the flank. We're back to the side, and Ruckus finds a way to get it done. 3 kills on the round, and the thrifty to FaZe as they find their second win.
Oh, he just lost out on the 50-50 there. You could see kind of Kohler's brain churning. I think that he thought that the late round push meant that Raucus was likely playing in towards mid, or kind of tucked in towards garage, so he's going to try and work that flank up towards long. That's what Kohler was wary about, but instead it was the late flank from spawn. But it feels like a lifetime ago, but looking back to early on in this round, both Raucus and Baby J went absolutely massive in this situation. It was a nice attempt to Kohler, but this is exactly what FaZe needs. Something to get their way onto the board, and now the money's going to be looking good. They're going to set themselves on the right course to shut this down, especially now that there's an operator up for Baby Bay, and I think there's one for Screw as well. So the op duel, I think this might even be the first round where both these Jets have one in hand.
When Corey using that run it back and getting so much value, 2 kills before that ult will expire, courtesy of Screwface. Op shot lands. That's not the kill you were hoping to find on the ulted Phoenix. Screwface still playing out towards mid. That spike is down on the ground as FaZe with a 2-player lead and a 2-round deficit, looking to cut it to 1.
Clearing some space here in towards garage. The Omen's tucked in, and this makes life harder for Screw. No tailwind, so just has to be these quick heads-up shots waiting. Maybe a push to come through. It's the drone committed towards mid. I think that spots out 2, 1 at each link. So more information put into the equation for DarkZero, but no matter how we slice it, it's going to be a very, very tough round. C-Site seems to be the decision, and well, it's not a bad one. Only Rock is here to hold down the site. Zachary could shut Kohler away. That he will. DZ to 2. Operator still in the hand of Screw, and you consider, is this a save or is this a commitment? And well, commitment seems to be the name of the game, but Baby Bay on the case with Raucus.
Rock's playing this corner. You have to check this one. Screwface finds the first. Baby Bay's there to trade it back. Going up top. Raucus goes unchecked. The economy stripped away from DarkZero as FaZe find another round.
All right. good look out of FaZe. This is their first opportunity to kind of get a streak of 2 in a row here. They're going to reset the economy of DZ, so likely going to be able to continue the ship forward. I don't know if this was an overcommitment to mid or if they were just completely caught off guard, but great little curveball there from Corey to deny that push immediately. Now for DZ, where will they take this one? I wouldn't hate to see them slow things back down into that more defaulted pace, because that was their early success was oftentimes off of that. The execute's not bad either, but this one doesn't look like it's going to be going their way. Just the pistols and that one Blaze Storm invested have been taken care of. Still, in the 2v3, if they can get their hands on these weapons, maybe there's a chance at it.
And it had all the speed, just not the power behind it, unfortunately, for DarkZero. Although the B side has been conceded basically for free. Harmon needs to be careful, though. That drone comes up and might just get caught out sneaking through mid. That is exactly the case, as Raucus again is able to net a kill. And it feels like there isn't a round where Raucus's name isn't on that kill feed, and you really couldn't ask for more. Now, speaking of asking for more, that's what DarkZero is doing here of Anderson, but this is a lot to ask for. As that ultimate gets sent back, Anderson, sheriff in hand, recon, gonna get the information, but it's not needed, says Baby Bays. He scopes in, takes a shot, finds his target, and ties things up for FaZe.
Early aggression out of DZ there. Wasn't able to swing things towards their favor. It was just the anti-eco, but what's so important about this is that FaZe is able to keep the operator in the hands of Baby Bay. I think we never really got to see him kind of get his feet wet with the op in that previous game. He had it out a couple times, but there was never a huge impact. And on Haven, we kind of hyped up this head-to-head. It was Screw and Baby Bay, these really powerful oppers. And thus far, Baby Bay, he has been winning out on these duels. And with the economy in their favor, they will have this rifle to stay. I also love the way FaZe plays around it. Like, Baby Bay can kind of peek wherever he wants, and the team is able to adapt to set up the positioning around him. A team with such a strong jet up really needs to do that. Set him up to shine, set him up for success, and that's what we're seeing right here, right now. For DZ, they have weapons of their own. No op to speak of, as it is just a fast A hit here. Passive Cypher setup, and maybe a rotation considered by Raucus.
Joke's over. You're dead.
And maybe we consider going into these matchups with our head-to-heads being leaning a bit. Oh, okay. Screwface finds one on to Baby J. That one just blindly up into heaven. Shrouded steps. Anderson will assume that position. Hunter's Fury tossed out. The second shot to be waited on, and the third to follow. Unfortunately, just gonna go dancing around there. The body of Harmon. Shock darts go through, and the spike too far for any chip damage there. As Corey hops back on the board. Anderson falls. Heaven once more assumed by FaZe. But what does that mean for the squad? As Baby Bay looks to push in off the back end of the Owl drone. Goes over the top. The flashes are there. The right clicks are landing, and everybody's falling. Kohler only good for one, as FaZe will grab themselves a lead.
It was looking so strong for the squad of DZ. They had themselves positioned in towards this post point. They had time to set it up, and then, well, the utility was able to buy enough time to allow the rotation. So Hunter's Fury, well, it was actually very slow out of Raucus, and I love that, because it allows the team to set up for that 5 versus 5 retake. And then Baby Bay, well, he's doing what Baby Bay does best, and that's creating space. He does get those 2 frags there, which is huge, but what's even better is the chaos he creates. He forces Screw to dash towards short. He forces DZ to take these worse off duels, whereas if he had never done that dash, if they had all just been kind of pushing in, walking out together from spawn side, they could have all concentrated their efforts in one direction, but that chaos instead brings FaZe the round, and it's DZ. Another save round, another quick look.
Spectre playing the close angle here. Kohler not gonna check his corners. Corey and Baby J hop on the board for the first 2 kills. Hot hands pushed through. Curveball pushed easy away for now. The last one standing was Harmon, as the 4K swings the way of Corey. FaZe now grow their lead to 2. And Mimi, mind you, this is off of heaps of momentum for DarkZero. Now 5 in a row back for FaZe. You're starting to get worried if you're a DZ fan.
Yeah, I remember they took that tack pause after like 4 rounds. Like they were like, all right, we're worried about this momentum. We're going to reset here. And I'm surprised that DZ hasn't taken a tactical pause of their own quite yet, because this momentum feels squarely out of hand. Even in these rounds where they get the site, where they're at advantage, they haven't been able to hold against these retakes. So new solutions have to come out, and it's hard to make new solutions when FaZe is always adapting. And here's a new look this time. Aggression down mid. They already have all this information. It's another attempt at this A site. It's only the Sova late on the rotation to square things away. And he's made it into spawn. Harmon, if he dies here, this could go horribly wrong.
It's actually a running back used. Baby J holding down the side. Screwface finally taking a step back to try and help his team get on, but he's the lone member for now. Neural Theft goes through. Harmon still holding it down. The information is there. Raucus finds the kill. A 3v2 in favor of FaZe. Is DarkZero. Try and battle back to break up the Shriek. Zachary expects somebody to push out towards spawn. And, well, shots on target. They're going to land as Kohler, the last one standing, as the spike ticks down. It's low HP on one, but the other two here for FaZe. Incredibly healthy. Position given up. Kohler waiting for the next one to push. That Cam not in a great spot either as he peeks out. It's a headshot for Raucus. It's another kill. What I was saying a bit earlier, Mimi, is we talk about the head-to-heads and, you know, the Sentinel players being Kohler and Baby J. They're the new guys on the block. You know, the Jets, we love to see that because the operators come out. But Raucus and Zachary, more so Raucus here in this game, but in the last game it was Raucus and Zachary clutching just about every chance they got. And then in this one, Raucus, he's 14-4, I believe is what that said. And every single kill has been some kind of impact frag, whether it be closing out the round or getting 3Ks on thrifties. Those 14 kills, they're not just coming for free. He's not lurking and finding these weird, awkward ones. Every single one of them has had such a huge impact on every single round, and now 7 picked up by FaZe, and they were down 4-1 at one point. DZ can only hope for a 7-5 again, and you have to hope here on Haven that their defense is going to be just as strong as their attack on Ascent.
God, it's really hard to say because attacker side is very good for FaZe. We have to wait on that thought because Screwface is in trying to make this space a la Baby Bay, and he makes the space, but he falls. So does the rest of his squad. Baby Bay still hitting shots. Pick on the up. It's flawless for FaZe to close out an 8-4 half. That is just, that's not great for DZ. That momentum got completely out of control. FaZe streaking together 7 rounds in a row. And what's tough, they don't even kind of shut that down at the end. They go into this next pistol round with the momentum against them. They lose this pistol, and I could very easily see FaZe just kind of bowling them over, sending us to a 3rd map. It's a heartbreaking way to end it up for DZ, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, that was a round, just like we're seeing here in this replay, where FaZe was thriving in the cast. Maybe they hit a shot that was not only a quick scope, but it was through the beam of the Hunter's Fury. Absolutely insane. And like you said, all the momentum coming into this pistol, they surely should secure this one as a dart out towards garage, looks for some early information for a nice C split. Kohler gonna be holding it down with the Ange. Hot Hand's gonna stop a push for now. So 2 from FaZe are halted. Curveballs get traded out. Shots on target for Ange. Kohler's able to find another nice trap wire, and you can't get through that one this time around as 2 kills are going to be traded back. Anderson has taken the position of his fallen teammates, not able to find anything as the shock darts only get a bit of chip damage. And the 2 remaining, and Screwface and Harmon look to bring up the rear out towards the defender side and spawn, and they're all starting to fall once more. It's a 3K for Baby J and the pistol round to FaZe.
That was such a weird timing for Anderson because he was the first man to rotate in, looking to back up his teammates that were still fighting on the site. But by the time he finds his position up towards logs, his team's already dead. He's practically throwing away a 1v3 there, and it's not necessarily his fault because it was a tough decision. Do we fall back now that my team's dead, or do we commit to this fight? But unfortunately for him, commitment, probably not the decision there. It gives away that man advantage, and it puts DZ into an almost impossible retake. Again, that's another situation where FaZe, they create that chaos and they just absolutely succeed in it.
Another play towards mid. This time, some attention out towards B. Baby Bay's able to find that first kill. Takes a little bit of damage, so maybe sheriff shots here from Anderson will get something done, but they're expecting DarkZero to push. That's exactly what's happening, but it's not happening out towards mid. It's happening towards C long. The cam is up to try and spot anything out. Maybe spotting out the toe there. It does get the ping. They do find the frag, and now they open things up out towards C. Baby J still playing around. C long, and Kohler goes wide on the shots. Another flawless here on the docket for FaZe, and with one more kill remaining, 5 still standing. Exactly what we get. A 3K from Zachary. Secure a flawless round for FaZe. 10-4 the scoreline. DarkZero with their first rifle round. They got a whole lot of splaining to do, Mimi.
10-4 is one story. 9 rounds in a row is another, even more compelling one. DZ has not had any opportunity to really shut down the streak of rounds that FaZe has pulled out. So now, for this DarkZero squad, how can they change things up? In this one, they have the superior buy. They have an Odin for Harmon. They have rifles across the board for everyone but Anderson. But it's still going to be tough because FaZe's bonus is actually quite strong. Spectres, 1 Bulldog to work with, and their pacing has been very quick. Chaos is where lesser weapons strive. It's where FaZe strives. So I wouldn't even be surprised if they could pull something off here. However, Anderson ready with the paranoia, and it goes huge. No one can see a thing. The Spectre good enough for 2, and he'll fall back. Advantage with DZ.
And that is the Anderson way. That's how the game started. It was Anderson finding multi-kills and opening up a whole lot of space for DarkZero, and then just started to flounder a bit. Got a little cold and wasn't on that same hot streak. Now right back to it here on one of, if not the most important round. If DarkZero lose this one here, the next time we see them with a full buy that actually packs a punch should be on match point. So this is a great start. Only a 1-player lead though, and Anderson did take some damage on the way out. And with all that accuracy, or all that activity, excuse me, over towards C, it's pulled everybody that way. So now the A site has been assumed. Raucus looking to get the spike down. Dark covers. Just biding time here. Is going to go for the plant. Kohler gonna wait as well for the rest of the team to bring up the rear. Zachary goes into the dark cover, looks to find something, not gonna get it. Now DZ have to work against the clock in a 4v3 retake.
Late lurk through mid from Baby J, trying to shut something down. He could end this all right here, right now. And Baby J spots the counter flank. Tanner, this could end it all.
This could end it all. Paranoia goes through. Only 1 kill found as Harmon falls. Anderson is there to trade. It's 3K as Zachary peeks out from that default position. They're running out of time, Mimi. They have to get it done right here, right now, and they just don't have it. The play from heaven is FaZe. They lose 2 members early, but they close it out. And the game closed out here just shortly after.
Oh my god, that round is so bad for DarkZero. They had the late flank through mid to shut that down, but Baby J just a little bit quicker. It's only a 2K, but he completely turns the tide of this round. It ends with Kohler looking a little bit lost. They're holding towards hell. The swing from main and a heads-up teleport from Zachary towards heaven. These rounds cannot be slipping away from DZ, and they just have not caught a break. FaZe just firing on all cylinders here, and I mean, I don't know why this chat pause is so late, to be honest. It's a good one after this round, because that was a complete tilter, right? Losing out to a rough buy like that, to a crazy lurk from Baby J, but it's been 10 rounds, Tanner, and we're only now seeing attack? I don't know. I don't get it.
This is, I think, something that we kind of get throughout the entirety of the scene. It's very rare that we actually see tactical timeouts. So I'm hoping, just like you are, and what we're talking about right now, is we see a bit more of this to even to not only stop some of the momentum, but if you start getting some momentum yourself, you start winning some rounds, but they're narrowly getting closer. Maybe you call a timeout and say, okay, guys, what do we change up here, right? Sure, we've got 4, 5, 6 in a row. Let's take a timeout. Let's slow things down. Let's figure out how we are for sure going to secure the next round, right? There are so many decent opportunities to take those tacticals, and now I said that we might not see a buy until the end of the game. Well, we get one, and it's a pretty lackluster one. The DarkZero need to come up huge with this yard sale buy as a flash out towards mid. Corey gonna take down the imposter. Range now off the board. Means flashes gone as well. Outside of that, paranoia recon bolt gonna be sent out. Harmon looking for something, and unfortunately going fishing. Finds nothing. The hatless Cypher sneaks away. Baby J, you weasel, able to stay alive for just a moment longer. DarkZero just failed to find anything here early in this round.
Oh, this timing is so good for Baby J. He's made his way into window. Harmon, there's no way he expects this. Yeah, completely caught off guard. Marshall towards the long, not connecting his shot. It will now. Baby Bay down. He needs a little more, though. Another shot. That one misses. And FaZe find advantage. 4 alive. Kohler in a clutch. It's a 1 versus 4. And just a well-played anti-force buy from FaZe. They spread out their default, fight out the aggression towards mid, and catch a nasty timing in towards the window room. Kohler, we know he's so good with this Sheriff, but in a 1v4, I don't know if he's good enough to keep this squad off match point.
Finds the first, 21 health. Fortunately, it's not great. And Zachary comes leaping around the corner. 12-4 is FaZe. Look to close things out here on Haven. It's going to take 8 in a row from DarkZero. And again, the economy not in the best spot. And, well, you take a peek at the score feed here, and you see a lot of red on that one. It's FaZe for the last however many in a row. I believe 11.
Yeah.
This is reminiscent of what we saw in the series where FaZe dropped a map before. They dropped the map, but then the next 2 maps that they won were just dominant. And this, being the first one, scares me for map 3, but we're not there yet. FaZe looks to go aggressive out towards A. Another dink, so another bit of damage. So not too bad from Kohler there, but what does that mean? As Zachary goes onto the site, he's unanswered for now. Screwface able to find one, but we go back and forth on the kills. Angel's able to send the run it back. Right back, so traded out ultimates. DarkZero, at the end of the day, still a player down.
Yeah, they're down a player, and look at the space that FaZe has to work with. Raucus will be the first man in towards this site. The orb available. No one going for the recovery quite yet. They're just going to commit to this spike planet. DZ still fractured. Spike will go down. It's just this retake, and the weaponry not stellar to do so.
The utility traded out there. Harmon pushes on. It's Baby A to close it out. Who better than? And 13-4.